pantry video. Today we are doing fried rice. Hope you enjoy this video.
All right, ladies, sexiest man alive. Watch this, watch this.
Trail mix.
He cooks and he wears aprons.
And eat trail mix.
And he's sexy as hell and I love him.
There we go.
All right, he's rocking it.
First we're gonna make the fried rice. This is a 2-to-1 ratio of water. There's poured water in. Now we pour your rice in.
And it's brown rice, our favorite.
Brown rice.
Right. Okay, then pop the lid on.
Now you pop the lid on, so, you know, let it boil till all the water in the pot is evaporated.
We are coming to you live today from the site of a real disaster. We live here in Sonoma County and we are in the middle of a firestorm. There's a 50,000 acre fire that was started by lightning and it's been burning for 5 days. Anyway, it's raining ash, the air is full of smoke, and my parents were evacuated from a nearby town. You guys are in for a treat. You get to meet my mom, who is the best mom on the planet.
And of course, we had to bring our own zombie weapon as well. This is a garden torch. When you get as old as I am, you can't get down and pull out all the weeds, so you have to burn them out. And so you have a canister of propane that hooks here. You turn it on and watch this.
Zombies!
I'm sure that every zombie would run away from this.
Zombies won't mess with Grandma. Not a chance.
So we got some basic canola oil. Pour that in.
And you want to coat the bottom of the pan.
Yeah.
You're erring on the side of too much oil?
I am. You can use peanut oil too. They use a lot of peanut oil, but if you have anybody in your survival group that's allergic, they'll be dead. So that's not very survivability prone. So canola it is.
If you don't have fresh pork, you can go to our reliable Spam. So I've opened the can and I'm going to cut it out. Now, one of the things you always notice about Chinese food is that everything is always cut so you don't need a knife at the table. So rather than to cut these into big patty size like this, what we really want to do is to have them bite size. So you won't need a knife, all you need is a fork or a spoon. Turn it around like this, and you get these little tiny pieces about the size of a pea, because when we add the peas and the corn, then they will all be the same size.
Okay, so I just I put in the Spam. We're cooking it first, so it'll get lightly crisped before we cook the rice. So we'll take it out, put it on a plate, then we'll throw the rice in there and start frying it up.
Now, in a Chinese family, we would eat rice at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, and we wouldn't eat it all. So what you do is whatever left over that day, you put it in a bowl, cover it up. The next day or the next meal, you have more left over. So at the end of 3 or 4 or 5 days, you will have a pot of this day-old rice, and that is when you make fried rice. So when Camille did that, she had this rice cooked for several days ahead of when we were going to put the fried rice together. So it really makes your rice, it keeps it from getting all gummy. So you don't want to cook the rice and then try to make fried rice at the same time.
You actually want it to be dried out.
Yes.
And crunchy.
About 2 cups of cooked rice in order to do this recipe. Now rinse it off in a colander and you break it all up because you're going to get a lot of lumps. You're ready to put in the frying pan to warm up. Now you have to be careful here. Sometimes we drain it out before we dump it in there. If that pan is hot, it's going to make an explosion.
Splatter, splatter.
We actually learned about explosions when we made French fries.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Let's just put this in. There's a lot of oil in there.
Go for it. And then we stir it around. Keep stirring, stirring.
Now, what heat is the pan on?
Right now it's on low because I was waiting, but it should be on hot.
We have two yummy seasoning things. We have regular soy sauce, and then we also have this Goiza pot sticker sauce, and the combination of these two is really good. So we have a tablespoon of soy sauce, and we're going to do a teaspoon of the Goiza sauce. We love this Goiza sauce in our house.
Now, what if you don't have any Goiza sauce or tamari sauce or soy sauce, because it is the apocalypse? During the time before that happens, you want to save all of these soy sauce packets from your takeout Chinese restaurant. Sometimes you have chili packets that you could use. Sometimes you even have mustard and salt and pepper and all those different kind of spices. So they keep really well. All you have to do is throw your extra ones that you don't need someplace. Then when you have to season during the apocalypse, you have something.
For our fried rice dish, we actually got crushed pineapple because it will already be in bite-sized pieces. Don't worry if you don't have crushed pineapple in your disaster pantry. You can always dice up regular pineapple, but it is easy if you have crushed.
Okay, now we're going to, the pineapple we have drained, and so we're going to take about a couple of big spoons, a quarter of a cup, and we're going to add it.
Over here. Then fry it up a little bit, get it all hot. Then we'll fold it into the rice.
This is canned peas and carrots, and I have to tell you guys that canned peas might be the saddest sight of the apocalypse ever. They are so sad looking. However, they are healthy, they are
We'll heat up the
nutritious.
peas and carrots. And then we'll fold those in. Find a robin egg or steal an ostrich egg from someplace. Put a little eggs in a different frying pan, cook them up, and then throw it in the rice as well.
The eggs are now have been cooking up, and they're going to be one of them.
Ooh, nice
light
and silky.
But when you have a wok like this, it doesn't usually get hot enough, and then the eggs end up.
They almost act as a binding agent.
Yeah,
for the rice.
It gets kind of like creamy and slimy over the rice instead of being like that traditional chunks of egg inside the fried rice. So a lot of times it's better to cook it separately and then throw it in there in the last minute and let it get the flavor and everything in it. And Spam chunks back in and fold those in. Now we're all finished. Come and look at it. Get a close look. It totally looks like fried rice.
Wow, that looks delish.
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
I like it.
Oh, good.
Good.
All right, guys.
Now look
Time
at
for the
these
chefs.
chunks of eggs that
Beautiful.
show up so it doesn't cause goo. And you notice that pieces of add-on are all about the same size. There's a carrot, a pea, and a piece of Spam.
That's a good tip to cut everything the same size.
They do.
Everything has to be the same in Chinese culture.
Communistic fried rice.
Communistic fried rice. Oh my gosh. You must eat everything the same. I'm surprised they don't make it the size of the rice grains.
We came close.
How is it, guys?
It is. Let me try it.
It's tasty.
Yeah. Tastes like fried rice.
This is officially communist disaster rice.
Rice, baby. Rice, baby. Stop. Can you eat it now? Don't you know it's Chung Fow? Rice, baby.